Right, let's do our pad next. So we're going to do our lovely notepad. I just bought some cheap, plain, basic shopping list notepads. All right, these ones, where did these come from? Amazon, maybe? Can't remember. I usually buy them in bulk. But rip off your front cover. That's the word. Rip off the front cover. You don't need that, so get rid of that. Now, I've already cut myself a piece of basic black cardstock that will fit over the top of my notepad. I'm not going to bother giving you the measurement of this, only because this goes on this notepad. So whichever notepad you end up using, just make sure you measure the width of your notepad, then your length, your depth, and a bit to go on the back as well. Actually, do you know, I'm going to peel that off as it's coming off anyway. All right, and then to stick it on is very, very simple. All you need to do, lay it face down, line it up at the bottom, then, whoops, fold it up like that, and fold it over like that. Now, I am very, very lucky in that one of my good friends is Linda Parker from Papergraph with Crafty. If you haven't had a look at her YouTube channel or her blog, you must do so. She has got some amazing, amazing things on there. One of the things are these covered notebooks. She was the one that first taught me how to do them. It's actually quite a simple concept, but it's one of those things that until somebody says, just do it like this, you think, oh yeah. Oh dear. Linda's done quite a few of these, and she does some lovely ones with pens in as well. So nip over and have a look. There's some with pens on my blog, on my YouTube channel too, but have a look at Linda's because she does some gorgeous designs of all sorts of wonderful things. Really, really beautiful. Right. So I've just creased those edges just so make sure that it folds for me nicely, because I want it to be nice and flat. All right, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a very thin line of glue on that center there, because I want it to stick to the top of the notepad, only because that just looks messy, doesn't it? And then plop some on there. And then you just need to fold it round, make sure it's all nicely lined up. Stick it down. Whoops, try not to do that. There we go, that's it, I think. Right, one easy peasy covered notebook, and doesn't that look so much nicer than that bit of tatty yuck that was on it to begin with? Oh, it's not stuck there yet. Never mind. It will do. It will be stuck by the time it actually goes wherever it's going. I haven't decided yet. Might actually give it to my dad, this one. Now, on the front of there, I have cut some of my paper. Like I said before, make sure you measure your own. That's why I'm not giving you the measurements of this. So if you're thinking, oh, well, how much, how big is it? I'm not going to tell you. Measure your own one, because if I do tell you and yours is different, then it could all go very, very wrong, couldn't it? Just trying to get that off of there. Right, stick that in place where it needs to be going. Whoops. Let's try and get it fairly straight so that it looks nice. Don't want it to look messy, do we? Oh dear, look, I've pulled it too hard then. That's it. There. I've got a bit of glue at the bottom there. It's got very dull in here all of a sudden, isn't it? Let me just go and put the lights on. Hang on a minute. A minute. There you go. Is that better? Oh no, I've got a shadow. 1 minute. Let me put the other light on. This one works quite well as well when I put this one on. There, sort of helps get rid of the shadow a bit. If I just wiggled everything out the way then. That's it. That's better. That's better. Right, so there's my nice notebook. Now, when I put the other notebook in, I sort of huffed and puffed a bit, really. I wasn't sure whether should it go in the centre there, should it go to that edge, should it go to that edge. But I decided to put it onto the far edge, only because you can get into your pockets a bit easier. You might decide to do it in the middle, wherever you like. Put it wherever you think. You don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it, obviously. Be flattered if you did, without a doubt, but it's not a necessity, is it? That's what crafting's all about. It's about enjoying yourself and being a bit individual if you want to, doing what you like. So that fits nicely on there. There we go, just make sure that's stuck down nicely. Oops, gone over the edge a bit on that side. Hang on, let's just pull it back a bit. Oh, the beauty of glue, see, it moves. If I do double-sided tape, it wouldn't move, would it? Right, so, how are we doing? Not bad at all, not bad at all. Now, I've done some printouts to go with the black and gold one as well, if you want to. You've got the calendar. You've got Christmas card list, and you've got gift list. As I said before, though, it's up to you if you want to use it or not. If you don't want to use it, I will not be offended in the slightest. There are loads of them available online. Whoops, go in there. Have a look round, see what ones you like. If you do want one that matches, there is one there for you. Right, so they fit nicely, whoops, in there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the outside. Now, when we're doing the outside, the reason I've left this to the very, very last is because obviously we've got the magnets that we need to take into account, and we've also got the folding tab and everything else that needs to go into place. All right, so as tempting as it is just to stick the back and the front on, it's always worth waiting a little while just to make sure you've got it right first time. First thing we're going to be doing is we're going to put the flap that goes round. All right, now to do that, I have got a piece, if I can pick it up, of basic black cardstock that measures 5.5 by 1 3/4. I've then got another piece of basic black cardstock which measures, how much is this with? Well, it's 1 3/4 because I cut it off at the end of that bit. This bit measures, it's about 2.5, but to be honest, I'm not entirely sure if that's the right measurement or not, because what we need to do is score it. Oops, I'm going around sideways again because I'm scoring it on that, such a tiddly bit, and again we need to do it at 3/8 of an inch. So hang on, let me just score it and then I'll be able to tell you whether it's the right measurement or not, won't I? Oh dear, should have done this first off really, shouldn't I? Hang on, just bear with me a second, won't be a mo. Ah, doesn't need to be that big anyway. Mind you, if it's bigger it's easier to hold, I will say that. Right, what you actually need is 1 3/4 by 1 7/8. All right, score every 3/8 of an inch until you've got 1 2 3 4 score lines. I'm just going to snip that one off the end there because I don't need that one. All right, so you want 4 score lines, and then just fold it with your fingers, that'll do, because this is actually going to be your pen holder. So you're folding it round and you're actually going to make a square like that. All right, so I'm just going to pop, oops, keep still, just going to pop a little bit of glue there to make my square. Ooh, I can do it without getting glue everywhere. That would be advantageous, wouldn't it? Yeah, right. Me not get covered in glue. That would be the day, wouldn't it? Right, let's give that a good stick down. There we go. There's my little square, my little cuboid, actually, isn't it? It's a cuboid, not a cube. That's a cube, that's a cuboid. Right, on your other piece then, your piece that measures 5.5, using your scoreboard again. Should we get the right way this time? Yeah, why not? Don't say I don't spoil you. So, 5.5, long edge across the top, we're going to score at 3.25, and just had to move the baby wipes off my measurements there. So 3.25 and 3 5/8. Is that right? 3.25 and 3 5/8. That seems ever so big. I don't think that is right, you know. A minute. No. Wrote that down wrong as well. Sorry. 3.25 and 3. Yeah, it's 3 5/8. It's me being a donut and scoring it at the wrong place. Look, I've scored it at 3 3/4. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's not going to show. Right, so I was right first time. You want to score at 3.25, 3 5/8. All right. Then just fold your cardstock in the right score lines and burnish it. Oh, what an idiot. I hope that's not going to be able to be seen too much when I've finished. Never mind, never mind. Right, now this is going to be stuck like that. But before you stick it, you want to make sure you put your pen holder in. So, in that little gap, put your tape or your glue, whichever you use. Now, I'm going to find my fold, my join rather, which is there, and make sure that's face down, so that it cannot be seen. There we go. And then if you fold your card around it, whoops, make sure you've got it in the right place, and then just stick it down. I use my score tool, just get in there and stick that down properly. That's it. Yeah, that's better. And just to make sure it's properly stuck and it's not going to fall apart and I'm going to lose my pen, I'm also going to put a little bit of glue on the side with the widest flap. All right, just to make sure it all sticks in there nicely. It gives it an extra bit of strength as well, which I know it's not designed to last forever rather, because it's not made of leather or anything, is it? But you don't want it falling apart on you the first time you use it, or if you're going to give it to somebody as a gift, that's the last thing you'd want, is for them to have it fall apart when they use it, because that would just be a complete waste of your time. And I would imagine they'd be a little bit annoyed with you as well. All right, so I've stuck it on the back piece, and I've now got my this piece that flaps over. All right, that is now going to be stuck like that. All right, now I'm going to stick it, that's where my pockets are, there. I'm going to stick it just above the pockets. All right, in case you're wondering exactly where it's going to go, it's going just above the pockets, which, as you can see, is roughly in the middle. Not exactly, but it is roughly in the middle. So pop some glue on there. And then line it up about there. I think. That's about right, isn't it? Yep. Make sure it's nice and snug. You see, no, it's quite snugly against the edge there. So make sure it's nice and snug. The pen does stick out, unfortunately. There's no sort of getting away from it. But obviously, the less it sticks out, the better it's going to be. Oops. Go on, slide it over there. That's it. There. All right. Okay, so we're nice and stuck on the back. We've got a hole in the middle there that we can put our pen in. Now we can actually start sticking the back cover on, because we needed to get that in place before we stuck the back on. Now my back cover is going to be this gorgeous black and gold, which I think looks super duper special. Right, so let's pop that on. There we go. That's that bit. So that's nicely in place. Now, the front, this is where it gets a little bit special. We're going to use magnets, because I do like using magnets. These are the magnets. Whoops, dropped it. These are the, whoop, dropped it again. Oh, I just throw them around. These are the magnets I'm using. Now, I got these from eBay. I can't remember what they're called. I will put the link on my blog post for you though, actually, because I can't remember what they're actually, what the name is. But anyway, they're very, very small, very tiny, but incredibly powerful. So to put these on, what we're going to do is, first of all, before we do anything, because as I've already said, we need to make sure things go in the right place when we're doing this. So first thing to do, grab some glue dots. Where's a glue dot? There we go. Keep your magnets stuck together, because you want to make sure that you don't end up sticking them on opposite poles. They want to be sticking, not repelling. All right, so keep them stuck together to begin with. Pop them onto your glue dots. Now, if you fold your tab over, I'm going to go around this way just to make it easier. Fold your tab over, pop your glue dots down roughly in the centre of the edge. All right, did that make sense? Didn't really, did it? Right, that's the edge. Fold it over, go roughly to the middle and stick your glue dot on with your magnet attached. All right, so can you see it's not touching that flap, it's actually stuck to my card exactly where it needs to be. Take off that top magnet, and now we can actually stick our cover on the top, because what we've done is we've used that tab to work out where we needed to place that magnet. So now that's in place, we can go ahead and we can, whoops, stick on that front cover. Get off my finger. So there's that bit. Oh, I didn't think that was centered. Is that it? It's back there. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Right, so there's the front cover put on. Now we can do the next bit. So for the next bit, what I'm going to do, don't lose your magnet for a start. I have got, what have I got? I have got a piece of basic black cardstock, which I am going to punch a 2.5 inch circle from. Like so. I have then got some gorgeous gold foil, which I'm going to punch a 2 3/8 of an inch scalloped circle like that. And I'm also, actually, while I'm at it, where did I put the paper? Hang on, I think I put the paper away and I still need it. Oops, wait a minute, wait a minute. There we go, there's the paper. What have we got in there? We've got ferns and trees, so we want to match that really, don't we? So let's go for the black one. I'm going to go for this one because it matches that one, and I'm going to do another scallop circle. There we are. Right. Oh my goodness! Oh, that was the scoreboard. Just crashed. Sorry about that. Hope it didn't deafen everybody. Right, so we have one of those, and one of those. Now, sticking them all together, what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to start off with our basic black. That's going to be stuck, whoops, onto there. All right, so grab your magnet again. Whoops. Come on, magnet. I can't pick it up, they're so small. There we go. Now, if I just put my circle on there and just drop it, it fires its own way, which is exactly what we want it to do. Now, I want my circle to be roughly in the middle. So, I can actually use the guidelines, couldn't I? That'd be a good idea to get it into the middle. There we are, because there's lines on this paper. So, that's my middle spot. That's where I need to be. I'm going to put some glue on this edge. Make sure you don't put too much on. You could even put it on your circle if you're a bit worried about putting too much on. But I'll pop that on there. Stick that down. All right. Next thing we're going to be doing is grab a glue dot. And I'm going to put that on top of my magnet. Whoop, there we go, like that. All right. And with my gold circle, my gold scallop circle rather, I'll pop some glue on the back of there. And that is then going to be stuck on the top. So what I've actually done is I've made a kind of a sandwich between the black circle, the tab, and the magnet. And because the magnet has got a glue dot on the back, which you can see through the foil there, you see it? Because it's got the magnet, the glue dot on the back, the glue dot will actually stick to the back of that gold foil and it won't move about then. And I have my clip with a hidden magnet and you can't see. Clever, isn't it? Right, I'm going to put this on as well. Now this one's going on the inside. Whoops. Don't have to put it on the inside, I suppose, if you didn't want to, but I think it just helps to makes it nice and finished off, doesn't it? Let's put it up the right way so it matches that one, because you will see it when it's opened, won't you? So just stick that nicely on there. That's it. Now, to finish off on there, I am going to, what shall I do? I've got some Whisper White cardstock somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there we go. There's a bit that I did from the other day. Look, just snip that off. So with my Whisper White, I'm going to use my black ink pad, and I'm going to use this set, Oh What Fun, and I'm using Jolly. Oh, sorry, was that glaring? I hope that didn't glare. But I'm using the Jolly stamp. So let's ink that up. sure we've got a good old coverage on there. And then roughly in the middle. There we go. There's my word, jolly. Jolly, jolly. Jolly. That's a great word, isn't it? Jolly, jolly, jolly. Right, enough of that. 2-inch circle punch this time. And I'm going to line it up so I've got the jolly in the middle. And just punch that out. Is that in the middle? That's about the middle, isn't it? So just punch it out. And then before I stick it on, because I've got my magnet there as well, I want to make sure, obviously, that everything lays as flat as possible. I'm just flattening that back out because as it's drying, it's sort of curling up a little bit. But I want to put some little diamonds on there. Now, I'm going to be using these tiny, tiny ones that I found in my local craft shop. People in the UK, these are actually from Hobbycraft, and they're mini. Unfortunately, the Stampin' Up ones are just that little bit too big for doing this. I did try them, but it was just getting... Whoops. Uh-oh. See, they're so small, they just fly about everywhere. But I just want them in the middle of that word because I think that looks a bit special like that, doesn't it? Don't you think? Looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So just bear with me while I pop these on. Takes a little bit longer than usual because they're so tiny. Well, that and the fact you're putting quite a few of them on, I suppose. And then when we've done this, I'm going to show you how, whoops, there goes another one, how to do that fabulous pen. Oh, come off. There we go, there's one. There, right, last one. There we go. There. Give it a bit of bling. You've got to have a bit of bling at Christmas, haven't you? That's what Christmas is all about. Glittery blingy bits. Right, let's pop some glue around the edge there. Now I'm just going around the edge of that one rather than all the way in the middle as well, because I don't want it to mould itself to the foil too much because it's got the magnet in the middle. So I'm just going to pop it on. Make sure you've got it nice and straight. And then stick it down. There, doesn't that look nice? There we go. Looks very pretty, doesn't it? I like that. Now, to do the pen. Move that out of the way. Right, to make a glitter pen, you will need a boring biro. You will need the glitter, whichever glitter you decide to use. So I have got here gold and silver, so dependent which one you want to go for. Obviously, because of what I'm doing this with, I'm going to go for gold because I've already done a silver one. And you will also need some double-sided tape. That is about, how wide's that? 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Oh, and you will also need, nearly forgot, a piece of scrap paper. There. Now, take the refill out the middle of your pen. All right. Get yourself some double-sided tape and stick the tape fairly close to the nib, near enough to the bottom, along the length of the pen. Whoops, it's a bit fiddly, as you can see. All right, so you've actually got the refill is now stuck to the double-sided tape. Now if you roll that refill, whoops, you will then get that tape stuck around it. Spend a little time making sure you've got that double-sided tape right the way around your refill, because once you've done it, that happens, you see, and you can't sort of go back on it. And you need to make sure you've got tape all the way on your pen. There we go, that's it. Now I'm just going to put another piece on mine, because as you probably saw there, I stuck it to the paper, and I want to make sure I don't have gaps when I put my glitter on. So I'm just gonna get some thinner tape and just cover that bit up where it stuck to the paper. There we go, that's better. Alright, so be careful, otherwise you'll end up in the same position that I just did. Use the backing paper of your tape to help you. Alright, it will help you to stick your double-sided tape down. Now you are going to be left with one incredibly sticky pen, which is exactly what you want to go for. Just need to get that off now. See, when you use the wider double-sided tape, it comes off really easily, but as you can see, when you go with the narrower one, it doesn't peel off so well. Whoops. There, done it. I'm trying not to touch the sticky bit. Right, get your glitter and make a line. And then all you need to do, pop your pen in the middle, fold it round, whoops, and as you fold it round, it will stick to the paper again. You might have to do this a couple of times. That's it. Fold it in, roll it around. Oh, sod it. I was trying to do that all nicely so I didn't get glitter all over my fingers, but what the hell. Let's just get glitter all over our fingers anyway. Who cares? Roll it in the glitter. Push down with your fingers as you're doing it to make sure it's all nicely stuck to that refill. You will get glitter everywhere. Kind of goes with the territory, doesn't it? There we are. Give it a little tap. Don't tap it too hard, because obviously you want the glitter on there, not off of there, but just to get any excess bits off. Pop it back in the pen and then just screw it back together, and you have got yourself a super duper glittery pen. Let's just pop that back in there. See, that's what the extra piece of paper was for. Get rid of that. How's that? Now you could do that with any colour glitter you like, really, couldn't you? Look, isn't that beautiful? So now we've made this lovely, lovely pen, which fits in our lovely, lovely organiser. Look at that. And it looks brilliant, don't you think? It just really finishes it off, having that nice sparkly pen. So there we go. We now have two different styles there. We've got the Winter Wonderland with the gorgeous black and gold and a gold sparkly pen, and we've also got the Merry Moments with that silver sparkly pen. Aren't they neat, aren't they? So what do you think? Do you like that? Whoops. Oh no, look, it's a bit too on the back. I hope you enjoyed making that with me. I think these are really quite nifty. Very, very handy. They're quite simple to make as well. Once you've started making them, you can actually make them really, really quickly. Be absolutely brilliant if you were selling them at craft fairs. Be very well appreciated, I'm sure. So there is your Christmas organiser with your shopping list pad and your additional pockets to keep all your bits and pieces in. Nicely organised in one handy pouch. With, of course, a nice glittery pen. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that. Anything you need to make this lovely, lovely little Christmas gift, all going to be on my blog. It'll all be listed underneath the measurements. So if you just click the link that's in the bump bit underneath this video, you'll see the link to my blog on there. Just click that and it will take you straight through to my website for this blog post. You can order all your bits and pieces and then you can make your own one. Or if there's anything else from any of my other projects that you fancy, they'll all be there as well. Just drop me a line if you can't find it. www.thecraftyspark.co.uk, or you can email me, lee@thecraftyspark.co.uk. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.